Both teams have played once this season already and combined have scored 37 goals. Bella Vista drops a 20 spot on Davis last Wednesday, defeating the Blue Devils 20-16. At the same time, Folsom jumped out to a 10-1 second quarter lead en route to a 17-7 victory at home over Christian Brothers. Folsom appears to be improved from their 6-13 season a year ago that saw them miss the playoffs. Broncos coming off one of the best seasons in program history, 16-1 in the regular season, 16-2 overall. That second loss coming in the first round of the Sac Joaquin section playoffs versus St. Francis. Lady Broncos returned their two top scorers from last year, junior Julia Thomas with 67 goals, also led the team in ground balls with 79, and Regan Silvers is back for her senior year, netting 57 last year. The two of them are among the four co-captains for the Broncos this year, and they also combined for 7 of the 9 goals in the regular season finale at Folsom last year, and are off to a roaring start with a combined 11 goals so far in just one game. It's a non-league battle tonight. Folsom at Bella Vista Girls Lacrosse and the BV home opener. And it's coming your way exclusively on BV Live Sports. Hello, everybody. George Tharlson, Aaron Keogh. Welcome to Bella Vista Lacrosse here on BV Live Sports. A brand new season. And much like the boys, not only is it a brand new season, brand new coach.
Yeah, it's kind of a new beginning, if you will, for BV Lacrosse with Carlin York at the helm this year.
And Carlin York was the head coach of the JV team last year. Pretty successful run with the JV squad. Some of those players now find themselves on the varsity squad. So what do you think with this transition? Of course, it's kind of an easy transition because Scott Hackman, the previous head coach, is still involved in the program.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, I think that the biggest change is just the speed of play, right? And I think that Coach talked about that in your preseason interview with her a little bit about just adjusting from JV level of play to lacrosse level of play. But if Monday night is any indication, Coach has them tuned up and ready to go for an exciting game.
Well, and in addition to what's new, what's old? Like Julia Thomas, it's hard to look at teenagers and say what's old, but Julia Thomas, her third year with the varsity, Regan Silvers, her fourth year. Both of them are expected to, pretty much lead the team in scoring this year, and they're off to a great start.
Yeah, I mean, with both young ladies, I mean, you got to the Davis game, and it was almost at one point, one of them, I forget which one, said, "Give me that ball," and I'm taking it, and we're going to start scoring. And the other one, they just played off each other, and the next thing you know, it was 8-1 at the end of the first quarter. Majority of those goals scored by both Julia and Regan.
And both of them in the preseason interviews that we have up on BV Live Sports, they were talking about that and how important it is to work together. And, they've become friends as well. And so that really makes it easy.
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime you're playing sports, you want to gel as a team. But when you can be friends off the field as well, I think that makes such a difference. You could certainly see that Monday night in the level of just opportunities where they were looking for one another to find openings, and as well as the rest of their team, which is a common theme we saw last year, was good ball movement on the offensive side of the ball. Although those two do the bulk of the scoring, there's a lot of other team members that get on the board as well for the Broncos.
16 wins last year, best season in Bella Vista girls lacrosse history. How does that propel them into this year, especially with so many players coming back?
Well, I mean, the momentum is all on their side, right? And as you mentioned, although they have a new coach, she's not new to the program. And Coach Scott Hackman, I mean, he's still on the field. In fact, he got a yellow card on Monday night for yelling at a referee. So, some things never change, right? And so I think that the momentum of the 16 wins, in addition to your two leading scorers are back, really, really good momentum to start the season. They obviously have some holes for some graduating seniors, and they'll have to fill those, and they've started to do that already. That will only get better as the season goes.
So let's kind of set the stage here a little bit more on the coaches, because Carlin York went to Bella Vista. Scott Hackman has coached here. Of course, his daughter went here. And then Paige Martin graduated last year, and she's on the coaching staff too, leading the JV squad.
Yeah.
So two coaches that have the Bella Vista diploma. And of course, another one that's just been around the school for a long time. There's a lot of continuity there.
Well, yeah, and I take a minute to talk about Paige Martin. I think one of the best opportunities that you have in a program is you have someone now that played on that 16-win team last year, is fresh, understands the game, understands current rules, current speed of girls lacrosse, and is right there helping continue that momentum. That's really, really valuable. And she's a BV alum, as is Coach York, and that makes a difference too. You want your school, your alma mater, to do well.
It's really special. And that's one of the things I asked Coach York about during the interview is how cool is it, essentially?
Yeah.
How cool is it to be the school you graduated from to be heading up that program?
Yeah, I just think that it's really a special thing. And, this group of young women, it's a special group. And so I'm excited to see what this season brings for them.
All right, well, we're getting very close to getting this thing started. A couple of other names to talk about. Some of the other returners. We mentioned that Julia Thomas and Regan Silvers are back, and they're among the quartet of captains. The other two are Lauren Wan and Danny Janeway. Janeway's a 4-year varsity player. Lauren Wan, very impressive last year in her first varsity year.
Yeah, I mean, both of those captains, I mean, that's really a core group, those four. And in the game on Davis, I mean, they were both very, very influential. May not have had the same number of goals that Regan and Julia do, but frankly, that's hard to do for anybody on the field. When 11 of the 20 goals were scored by 2 players, but really make impacts on the field and really are good leaders.
And right now we see the Broncos on your screen, most of them coming over to the sideline. And there's 3 of them going over to what looks like maintenance on the goal or something like that. Folsom is already over on the side, and the stick checks are underway here for Folsom. So we're just moments from getting this one started. And as they get set to introduce the Bella Vista Broncos, the 2026 Bella Vista Broncos, and the first one actually named out of the off the gate there was Stella Thompson, and kind of an interesting story with her because her twin brother Oliver is on the boys team.
Well, that makes for fun. I mean, when you've got a sibling that does it, you can practice wall ball at home. Makes a big helps get some extra practice in, if you will.
That's one of the things I asked Julia Thomas about during the interview is what was it like to what were those backyards battles like when Joe was also playing lacrosse here at Bella Vista? So, and she said it was amazing.
Yeah,
and it really helped her. She says it really helped her get develop her skills. And so that was kind of fun.
Well, and I think anytime you can have a boy and a girl sibling that are doing it, because the games are a little bit different, as we've talked about before, and certainly if you watch, right here on BB Live Sports, if you watch those boys' games that are covered, you'll see the play is different. It's a little more physical. The girls' side is a little more finesse. So if you can have siblings that are working together, they can help one another improve throughout the season.
All right, so we are within the final minute. The national anthem, we should have that here, and then we will get the ball game underway. This is really exciting. I'm looking forward to. We are looking forward to a brand new season as the team huddles around Coach York right now on the sideline, and they're off to the right. We just had a quick glimpse. There he is. There's Scott Hackman right there, walking up to the huddle as well. And Paige Martin, I believe, is there, sticking her head in on things as well. And so we're just a few moments away from getting this one underway. 3 referees tonight. They're down on the field. Sticks in the air for Bella Vista. And then head coach Corey Kaznick of the Folsom Bulldogs is getting some final instructions as well. I am presuming that number 22 on the team, Sienna Kaznick, would be his daughter.
I'd be willing to put some money on that.
Broncos are heading out toward the field, and so are the Bulldogs. So looks like we're going to get this one underway.
Opening draw coming up here.
And the opening draw is going to be taken by Ellis Turner, the sophomore. Played JV last year as a freshman.
We were spoiled last year with Paige Hackman taking the bulk of these, but Ellis did a really good job on Monday night controlling the draw.
Julia gave her a shout out during the interview about it, as a matter of fact. Looks like Sienna Kesnick is the one taking the draw for the Folsom Bulldogs. They're in blue, Bella Vista in white. And the 2026 Bella Vista lacrosse season is underway. Regan Silvers in a lot of traffic, but finds the opening. Regan is on the move, has numbers. The whistle sounds, the play winds down in slow motion. Normally you can keep going in girls lacrosse, but they do reset this time. Julia Thomas right there wearing number 15 this year. And Zia Martin gets number 30, which is Julia's number from last year. So the Broncos swing it back behind the goal. So Ellis Turner looks like she's playing that role that Paige Hackman played last year from the point. Good move by Turner. She scored the other night, and we get a whistle inside the 8-meter line. And so it looks like Ellis Turner is going to get our first, or is it going to be Julia? No, I think it is Ellis.
It's Ellis.
No, it is Julia with a shot and a score. No, it is Ellis. I'm sorry.
Ellis, yep.
I'm sorry. But Ellis Turner. Oh, was it Janeway? They announced it was Janeway. Well, the 8s and the 9s are hard to differentiate with these uniforms.
It is. Well, we have 2 Janeways this year, Danny and Audrey.
8 would be Danny.
Right. Oh, you know what? It was. And the way that I know, it's not shoes, but she's got a captain's band on her leg.
Oh, there you go.
And Ellis does not. So it was Janeway.
So apologies for everyone. The season opens for the early season jitters and rustiness is in place for all of us.
That's right. Well, and, we get spoiled during football season. Those numbers are pretty big with the shoulder pads, much smaller on these girls.
And that is Ellis Turner that is taking the draw. I did have that one right. So that one's high in the air. Folsom nearly controls. They do control. On the move is Kazanik. She scored a couple of goals the other night and does there. Gets that one by Story Wharton for the first goal of the game for Folsom. So both teams very quick out of the gate.
Yeah, and that was a challenge for the Broncos on Monday night with what I would call a fast break on the defensive side of the ball. When the ball was, being set up more of a play, Broncos did a really good job on defense. Had a little trouble with the fast break.
So it's a 1-1 tie early on here.
We could be in for a long night. 36 goals scored the other night in the Davis game.
Yeah, we could see that.
Clock was stopped more than it was running.
Folsom scored 17 against Christian Brothers as well. Both Bella Vista and Folsom with a couple of touchdowns. Folsom in possession. That's the goal scorer. This is Olivia Truhar. She scored the other night as well. Kristen Parker is number 9. She's at the point and now cutting toward the goal. And we're going to get a whistle. This is going to go the other way.
Not sure. Something illegal there. Broncos take advantage.
And the person in possession of the ball when the whistle blew is number 14, Lauren Anderson. She's a freshman and scored 5 goals and had an assist against Christian Brothers in her varsity debut on Wednesday. This is Emma Rowan. Loose ball. And Folsom comes up with it.
Good defense by the Bulldogs. Forcing the turnover deep in the Bronco end there.
It is Bryn Hermsmeyer, a freshman, number 18, that just made that pass. This is Anderson. Anderson closed off. So Hermsmeyer and Anderson, both freshmen, getting starts here for Folsom. Loose ball. Bulldogs come up with it once again. Early on here at Bella Vista, and both teams finding the back of the net early on. Hermsmeyer tries to find it out front, and that is picked up by the Broncos. Here's Julia Thomas, 67 goals last year. Broncos on the move. That's Zia Martin.
Right idea with the crossing pass, just didn't land.
And so the Bulldogs on the move the other way. Maddie Ball.
Lucky break there, though. Ball goes out of bounds. Bad pass by the Bulldogs, and Bella Vista's got it again. Nope, they don't.
This one's going over to Bella Vista. Or I'm sorry, to Folsom.
I think she stepped out of bounds when she came. That's what it looked like.
I will we'll follow Folsom here. Zia Martin, who's retreating back to the middle of the field as a shot goes wide. Story Warden, good to see her back. I know that she had a rough night the other night.
Yeah, coaches were a little upset with the way that they felt like she was being targeted by the Blue Devils. Instead of just aiming at the goal, they were aiming at her. But she's back, and that's good to see.
So here come the Broncos. Morgan Porter is number 21 on the far side of the field. Broncos working behind the net. That's Lauren Wan at the X. Zia Martin, easy to find once again this year, and you know why.
Green shoes.
Julia. Julia! Finds the back of the net for the first time at home this season. For Julia Thomas, that is career goal number 131 and her 6th goal of the season. And this is just the 5th quarter of the season.
That's right. She's on a tear already this year. And the best news is the Broncos regained the lead with 6:23 left in the first quarter. After 2 quick goals, then played about half the quarter with nobody scoring. So
the draw, and Ellis Turner has taken all the draws so far for Bella Vista. They may be looking at her to be the main person this year. Julia did some of that last year and was pretty good at it. And you do need to have more than one person in that role. When we talk about how, here's Thomas once again. Thomas out front and draws the foul. She's going to get a shot from the top of the 8-meter line.
Well, you think she's deadly when she's on a fast break. She's just as deadly from that 8-meter line, especially head up on the goalie.
1 goal already for Julia. She attacks, she shoots. Did she score? She did.
She did.
Didn't see that right away.
I think it crossed and bounced out, but if it crosses, much like in hockey,
the entire ball has to cross the entire line.
That's
and
right.
It bounces back out after doing so.
I think that's what happened.
So, Julia, 2 quick goals, about 30 seconds apart, exactly 30 seconds apart. Off the draw. Julia has it once again. Here's Regan. We don't even have to use last names for these two. Regan draws a foul right as she got to the 8-meter line.
Well, when you're moving that fast amongst the defense, you're going to catch a stray stick, and they run with no fear.
And speaking of somebody deadly from this spot, Regan Silvers shoots, scores! Regan Silvers, that's career goal number 141, and her 7th of the year.
Man, they just picked up where they left off on Monday night. And Folsom's going to call timeout.
Can't say as I blame them. Tell you what, the Broncos, they scored that first goal. Folsom responds immediately, and then the Broncos run off 3 straight.
Well, and, lacrosse is such a momentum sport that, wise to take a timeout here with Folsom and refocus, especially because the goals, the last 2, have come from defensive errors on the Bulldog side. Again, when you've got both Regan and Julia with their speed coming through the defense, juking and jiving through the defense, you can't get your stick out. You got to stay in good position and get in front of them and make them go around you, and that's what they're not doing. So I'm sure that their coach is down there telling them that, like, hey, just remember the fundamentals, the basics. Get in front of these two. So we got to slow them down, and we're still in this thing.
Don't forget, you can check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/BV Live Sports. We've got links to the preseason interviews with Coach York and 3 of the players, Story Wharton, Regan Silvers, and Julia Thomas. You can check that out right now. If you want, that might be an easy way to send the link to some friends. If you look at the in the comments section of the where we post the interviews, we got the links for the broadcast tonight that you can send along. And if you want to check us out on Facebook, you can scan that QR code, give us a like, and certainly drop a comment or 2 either on Facebook or here on the YouTube feed here on BV Live Sports. We are so happy to have you along. We started with the boys the other night. We've got the girls, and then we got to wait a week and a half, 2 weeks.
A little bit of a break. Girls are at Roseville Monday and then head to Berkeley.
Yeah, and the boys, they're at Granite Bay tomorrow morning. JV game's at 9 a.m., and the boys' varsity game is at 11. And then they don't play until Thursday. They go to Justin Siena in Napa. So both teams taking a bit of a road trip early on in the season next week.
It's a fun thing to do. You take the bus over as a team. It's a good bonding experience. Get some different exposure, different teams. And I think it helps grow the sport, both on the boys and the girls side.
And then we will see them, both of these teams, back on March 12th and 13th. The boys will be playing Christian Brothers on the 12th, and Bella Vista has its next home game on the 13th, hosting Rio Americano. So looking forward to those. Those are our next broadcasts after all the work to get the season started. We get a breather next week. So, all right. So following the goal from Regan Silvers, we have the face-off at midfield. And this time it was Maya Reddy taking it for Folsom. And the Bulldogs control. That's Reddy with it. Here's Anderson, the freshman. 5 goals the other night against Christian Brothers. Anderson right out in front. What a pass and a save by Story Wharton. Point blank range. Broncos have it. Far side.
Ooh, nice defensive play there.
That was. Julia was cutting, and there was a player there in blue that got a stick on it. Here's Anderson. Looks like foul called on Regan Silvers.
Yep.
And so the Bulldogs keep possession. Ready. A little 360 move there. That's a nice pass out front with a shot from Kasnick, and she scores.
Really, really good job there by Folsom with ball movement, looking for an opportunity, and then Kasnick cut right in front of the goal. And it's hard to stop those.
Second goal of the game for Sienna Kasnick with 4:18 to go. And that makes it 4-2. So Folsom not going anywhere here. For Kasnick, by the way, 2 goals tonight, 1 on Wednesday, so she's got 3 this season. We've got ourselves kind of what we expected, a bit of a scoring fest here. Mm-hmm. Again, the 2 teams in their openers, both victorious, and they combined for 37 points.
There must have been a foul on the shot because Folsom got to take the draw without taking the draw.
Here's a pass. There's Maya Reddy. Save, Story Wharton.
She's going to get an 8-meter shot, though. She was fouled as she hit.
So no save. It was a nice job by Wharton.
Yeah, I feel like she ought to get credit for that anyways.
Well, they would not have allowed the goal if the foul came first. That's one of the things that we've seen is you don't have the continuation like you do in soccer. Waiting for the whistle. There, Story Wharton this time does get the save. Kasnick with the possession. 2 goals already tonight here in the first quarter. And she'll take another shot, and she'll get another score. Oh, wait, no goal? Oh, it is a goal.
It is a goal.
Okay.
Kasnick, I think.
I thought I saw a push movement or by the referee, so maybe I'm just reading too much into things. So that brings us to 4-3, and with 3:16 to go. Well, we mentioned in our remarks, Folsom went 6-3 last year. They were 4-10 in the Sierra Foothill League, and they played Bella Vista to close out the season. Lost that game 9-8. So they had a rough season last year, but certainly they weren't bad. They just had some struggles. Maybe they had some injury issues or something that kind of affected that record.
Well, and traditionally the Sierra Foothill League is a tough league in most sports, so you got that too.
Here's Anderson. Anderson weaving through traffic and the whistle at the 8-meter line. She's going to get a shot here.
So this is a big change for Bella Vista from Monday night. Referees were much more of a let them play. A lot more fouls called tonight, which is changing the dynamic of the game.
I kind of like the idea of what went on Wednesday. It seems there's a lot of stoppages tonight. There's Anderson, save Story Wharton. Story Wharton's come up with some pretty good saves, point blank range tonight.
Yeah, she's been really, really impressive in this first quarter.
Folsom with possession, loose ball.
Ooh, nice defensive play there.
Got it. It looks like the Broncos are going to get this one. That's Julia. She was a really good interview. She was just stoked about the season starting. Stella Thompson. Thompson weaving her way through traffic. Thompson in with a shot. She scores.
Big time shot. Really impressive.
So we have Thomas and Thompson on this team. And Stella Thompson, her third goal, first career home goal on varsity. And the Broncos go up 5-3. And that's at 1:36 to go.
I feel like there's a corny dad joke in there about crossing the T's. Something with punctuation. I'm sure my kids are rolling their eyes at that.
Regan Silver's taking the draw. Anderson scoops up the loose ball. We'll keep going. It's looking like when the whistle blows, they're actually stopping and restarting.
Yeah, and Anderson is really frustrated that Bella Vista, that's the second time I've seen her do that now. When she is the one that's fouled, she motions her hand to push the Bella Vista player away. And that bit her because Bella Vista is going to get the ball now.
They force her out of bounds on the far side.
Uh-huh.
And here comes Regan Silvers. And here she keeps going. Stella Thompson just scored a moment ago. Triple teamed. And the foul happens just inside the 8-meter line.
Well, and sometimes in order to get this shot, I mean, that was kind of an awkward pass that came from Regan. She did a really good job of cradling that in the cross, and now she's going to get a shot from the 8-meter line.
That one goes wide. They've gotten a hand on it.
Well, and Bella Vista keeps possession from one of my favorite rules in lacrosse, that if you can get to the end line
on the shot,
you get to retain possession, which I love.
Now, my guess is the goalie for Folsom is Kiara Mulvey. She wore number 46 the other night at home, 36 tonight. She's not on the roster. So, or at least she wasn't last I checked. But so we are just going to roll with that.
Roll with it, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to roll with that. Unless we're told otherwise. Here's Anderson. And we'll be seeing Anderson for 3 more years after this year. Got to give a shout out there to Sophia Toliau with the highlighter yellow shoes. As the first quarter comes to an end, Toliau, by the way, 3 goals and 2 assists against Christian Brothers. That was our first chance to call her name tonight, and we are done with the first stanza here. And lots of scoring, 8 total goals, 5 of them belong to Bella Vista, and 2 of those belong to Julia Thomas.
Yeah, really solid play for the Broncos in the first quarter. Kind of picking up, they scored 8 goals in the first quarter against Davis, 5 goals tonight. Mixed it up. 3 different scores, right? 4. No, 3.
So Danny Janeway got it going early with a shot from the top of the 8-meter line, gave Bella Vista the 1-0 lead. And then Sienna Kaznick responded like seconds later to tie it up. Then we played a little bit before Julia Thomas found the back of the net. And Julia actually scored twice within 30 seconds to give Bella Vista a 3-1 lead. Regan Silvers added goal number 4 just about 30 seconds after that. And so Bella Vista had the 4-1 lead. And then Kaznick responded with 2 more. And then Stella Thompson gets her first goal at home this year to go with the 2 that she had at Davis. Kaznick already has a hat trick in this one.
Yeah, Bella Vista is going to have to control her. I mean, she had a big night against Christian Brothers. She continues to have a big night tonight. And, the Broncos need to keep her in check. You just go, Bella Vista's up. Yeah, but in lacrosse, you get somebody the ball and they get momentum going, and suddenly they can rattle off 2, 3, 4 goals pretty quickly. So I did a fairly good job, but would like to see that contained a little bit better in the second quarter.
So you take a look at the Folsom bench on your screen. Want to remind you that we got next week off as far as BV Live Sports is concerned. The Broncos don't. The girls will be on the road on Monday at Roseville, and then they will be at Berkeley on the 6th, so that's Friday. And then they'll be at Christian Brothers on the 11th, and so that is Wednesday of next week. Then we switch gears and look at the boys' schedule. Their next home game is going to be the day after the girls play Christian Brothers. The boys are going to play Christian Brothers. There it is, Thursday, March 12th at 7:05. Christian Brothers will be here at Bella Vista. That is our next broadcast. We mentioned that the boys are at Granite Bay tomorrow morning, and then they will have a few days off before they go to Justin Siena, and then they roll into that week where they will be playing Christian Brothers. I believe they actually have another road game in there somewhere. Yeah, they will be at Rio Americano, the infamous afternoon games that are played over at Rio.
The 3:30 start.
The 3:30 start. That's going to be on March 9th, so that's a Monday. Monday, March 9th at Rio Americano, 3:30 in the afternoon, and then we will have them against Christian Brothers on the 12th, and then we see the girls on the 13th. They'll be taking on Rio Americano. So Christian Brothers and Rio week, I guess, if you will, for both the boys and the girls. So that is March 13th. Friday the 13th is our next girls broadcast, and they hope to make it an unlucky one for the Raiders of Rio Americano. Right. 7:05 is our coverage, and the opening draw at 7:15. And speaking of draws, we will begin the second quarter with one right now. Maya Reddy, it looks like, is at the ready, if you will, for Folsom. Need to double check if that's Ellis Turner. It is Ellis Turner for Bella Vista. Turner tries to be first to the ball, big collision. And Folsom will keep possession. This is Truhar. Truhar finds the opening. Now she's closed off. Oh, a flag is out. I guess it's just the 8-meter shot. Like Truhar is going to take this one. Truhar with a shot. Story Wharton collects that one effortlessly, really, right there. Emma Rowan. There's Lauren Wan. Quick passing by Bella Vista, and they find Julia Thomas.
Excellent job by the Broncos.
Thomas on the move, has some numbers. Thomas, she'll take one. That one goes wide. Broncos secure the rebound. McKenna Matson.
Oh,
Another opportunity. Loose ball out in front at the top of the fan, and it's going to roll around and a whistle blows.
we're going to stop the clock. What is this going to be? Nothing seemed nefarious there at all.
I heard white ball, and I'm hearing
Were they
conversations.
offsides?
I'm hearing some. I'm hearing some conversations that it was offside.
Yeah. Well, I saw a Folsom player have to come back out, so.
So the Broncos will bring it in from the end zone. And that's Matson. The referee is just telling, I think, motioning the Folsom defender what to do. And the X. Scoop back. Here's Thomas. Thomas, that's a nice pass. The shot goes in, the whistle happened first.
Oh, this is when you want the continuation rule that you get in soccer
Yeah.
so badly.
Danny Janeway is going to get her second shot. Finds Julia Thomas. Oh, it's off the crossbar. Broncos with possession. Regan Silvers got the loose ball.
Well, and really wise of her to bring that out. She was being attacked by about 5 Bulldogs. And instead of trying to force the shot, brought it back out, reset up, use the clock to your advantage, and go back to work.
That does not sound pleasant to be attacked by 5 Bulldogs.
No, it doesn't. I think she would agree with that.
Turner tried to get it into Regan. And Regan's got it. Has Juan to her right. Thomas to her left. Silvers. Maya Reddy comes up with it. And Mulvey will now send that one flying.
Oh, the Broncos need to get that.
Who can be first to it?
Folsom beat them.
Maddie Ball, number 3. One of 2 with that surname. Lucy Ball, a freshman, also on the squad. Ready. Ready out front. That one goes high. She draws the foul.
So many fouls tonight, George. I feel like every time we get an offensive play set up and someone attacks, we're stopping.
And as you notice, the clock is running. That is one of the differences between girls and boys lacrosse. Here we go, and there's a shot and a score for Folsom, and that's Maya Reddy. That's the first goal of the quarter.
Yeah, that's a hard ball to stop, straight on like that when she doesn't release until almost at the top of the crease.
So Folsom within 1. Maya Reddy, 5 goals the other night. That's her first goal tonight. Do the math. 6 goals on the season. Off the draw. This is going to go Folsom's way. And Lauren Anderson will pick it up. Truhar, number 13. Bring it back out. Anderson. Loose ball. Could be anybody's possession here. Who's going to come up with this one? It's going to be Regan Silvers. Who else?
It's almost like she got tired of watching them fight after it and just picked it up herself on a fast break.
On the move, Regan to her right. Regan's going to have an opportunity. She scores! Regan Silvers virtually coast to coast. Second goal of the night for Regan Silvers. And her 8th goal of the season.
And we've got an injured Bulldog up. She's up. Number 15, Annika Nelson, a defender. Or Ani, as I'm hearing some of her teammates call her. Well, and the danger of that play and the beauty of it is that when you get, if you've ever had a small kid play soccer, right, and you have that concept of bunch ball where they're all right together,
right.
Well, that's essentially what was happening here. You get a bunch of players that are now out of their position. Regan seeing the whole field instead of what's going on and goes, I'm taking that right to the house, and that's what she did and caught Folsom sleeping because they had no defenders. Now they had the 2 back that have to be back.
And that's one of those things, that ball was bouncing all over the place where you got to keep at it. You got to just keep pushing for it.
You do.
Never give up on that possession. This will stay with Bella Vista.
Yeah,
Broncos will pick it up. From the left. That's Turner into Silvers. Silvers, oh! She had a good look, but the ball came out. One of those freakish things with lacrosse. Here come the Bulldogs. Nice pass. Right out in front.
And a score.
And a goal for Folsom. And that is Sophia Toliau. So Sophia Toliau, that is her first of the game with 6:35 to go. She had 3 the other night, so 4 on the season. It's all in the highlighter yellow shoes, you know that. Aaron's just rolling his eyes at me right now.
No, I'm loving it. I'm loving every minute of it. Don't let that fool you.
They got the pink and black shoes for Lauren Anderson, who's taking the draw for Folsom against Julia Thomas.
The rookie and the veteran.
And Thomas is going to scoop this one up. Thomas working her way around, looking for the opportunity. She'll take it back to the X out front. And it looks like Regan's trying to scoop that one towards the goal. Just couldn't control it.
Yeah, Bella Vista's had a few opportunities there with some crossing passes that are just almost there, and you wonder if that's a little bit, early in the season, and that'll get tuned up as they go.
Toliau picks it up, and she's on a breakaway. Toliau with a goal just a moment ago. With the shoes, the shot, and the score. And we are tied.
Well, and just like we caught Folsom sleeping a minute ago, Folsom caught us sleeping on that one. And Coach York's going to call timeout.
All right, so timeout called now by Bella Vista here with 5:47 to go before halftime. The Broncos they haven't trailed in this one.
Nope.
Been tied a couple of times, and it's looked like they've been poised to take over this game.
Yep.
But I'll tell you what, this is a scrappy Folsom team. They're not going anywhere.
No, they're not. And, it's really just breaks down to a few little mistakes. And, again, you wonder this early in the season, being the first home game, if some of that just is jitters of just you're still working out. There's a lot of sophomores on this team that were on the JV last year that have moved up. It's not that they won't mesh. It's just that they haven't meshed yet because they just need more time to work together. Yeah, lacrosse season, by and large, is a short season compared to other sports, and so they haven't had as much time to work with one another. So you do wonder if there's a little bit of that. But again, the fast break is what's killing them on the defensive side. If Folsom goes down and has to set up, Broncos are pretty solid on their defense, but the fast break is really hurting them, and it hurt them against Davis too. So again, I think that's more of just a timing thing and just needing a little bit more time to play together, communicate, talk. I heard Coach Carlin yell at one point, defense, we've got to talk, right? And that's just such a hard thing in high school sports is to communicate.
Hey, I want to have you mark your calendars. This is going to be a lot of fun. It is actually 1 month from today. It is Friday, March 27th. It is a doubleheader. The boys and the girls will both be playing West Park on the same night right here at Bella Vista. The girls' game will draw at 5:30, and the boys' game will face off at 7:15. There will be no JV games that night. I don't think West Park has JV on either the boys or the girls' side. This is something, in fact, Katie Reed, who is one of the boosters, and her son plays for her son Tate plays for the JV team this year, and son Hayes played varsity for Bella Vista for a number of years. This is something that she's been working on for years, and it was supposed to happen last year, and then an opponent backed out. But here, March 27th, 1 month from tonight, we've got ourselves a doubleheader, boys and girls. Of course, we will have them both for you here on BV Live Sports. So that'll be fun, and hopefully it's a night like tonight or better. I mean, perfect weather for something like that. We don't want what we had on Wednesday.
No,
or
and hopefully
Tuesday. I mean,
well, and hopefully the school talks it up big too and gets a lot of students out to support
get the band here.
Yeah, get the band. That would be a lot of fun.
So mark your calendars, March 27th. Be here. Be here. You can watch it on BV Live Sports too, but be here and then watch it later. You can do that too.
Yeah, go home and see your favorite play on BV Live Sports.
And, of course, tell your friends who can't be here, that maybe the ones that are out of town, to watch on BV Live Sports as well. Thomas, as they play on. Thomas approaching the fan, backs it out. And now we've got a
that's going to be a yellow card.
Whistle right.
Well, it won't be. Is it a yellow card or is it just a 2-minute penalty? Yep, yellow card.
Okay, so let's see what we've got here.
Yeah, defense, we know where we're at now, right? Let's stay tight, look at our slides, communicate.
They don't come and announce it like they do the boys' games.
No, but that's going to be a swipe at the neck from Lauren Anderson. She was trying to knock that ball out of Julia, and her stick just got away from her a little bit.
We don't have penalties as often in the girls' game now. Is this non-releasable?
Non-releasable, correct.
Okay. So the Broncos will take possession outside the 12-meter line. And they're a player up. This is Juan. Back to the X. Broncos can take their time here. What was it? Looks like that was
8-meter shot coming up here.
And that was Audrey Janeway. So the other Janeway has a chance to dot the scorebook here. Something she did a lot for the JV squad last year. Janeway winds up. That one is deflected wide. Nice save by Mulvey. Broncos keep possession. Martin. Zia Martin, the black helmet and the green shoes.
Stay there, Tiffany. Stay there, Tiffany. Back.
One.
Have it.
A push.
This is inside the 12.
Julia's going to get a shot.
And she's going to take this one from the 8. Broncos, player up, non-releasable. Julia! 95-mile-an-hour fastball from Julia Thomas right there.
I thought that ball was going all the way through the back of the goal. My goodness, I'm glad I'm not a goalie.
So the Broncos go back out in front. 4:05 to go here in the second.
You know, and that all got set up by that penalty. So, and it's non-releasable, so the Broncos still have time here to try to go down and score another one, being a player up.
This is one of the things that really benefited Del Oro in the boys' game on Tuesday night, is they, right at the start of the second quarter, they got man up with a 2-minute non-releasable penalty, and they took advantage of it. 2 goals and then a third right as the penalty expired. And Tiffany Chen is being told to go back to where she started. Lucy Ball, the freshman. Folsom looking to build out. Keep it going. Here's Anderson.
Folsom back to full strength.
Broncos able to get 1 goal in the player up situation. Ball just a little bit behind Kate Freestone. Broncos get this one. Weaving through traffic. Some nice movement there. That's Stella Thompson.
She'll get to keep it because she was fouled.
So bring it back. Amari Kunaki is in. And did Amari score there?
No.
Okay.
It's foul on the goalie, though. Oh, this is an open. She interfered. So no goalie.
Oh, my goodness. This is Lauren Wan. Wan. It's like the empty netter in hockey.
Yeah, that's almost more pressure, though, than having an 8-meter shot against the goalie, because if you miss it, you know your teammates are going to razz you about that all night.
But leave it to the experienced player.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't see her try too hard there.
Right.
She took a couple of steps in, and then she bounced it right before the goal line.
To make sure it went in. Yeah, if you're the goalie, you can't reach out and interfere outside the crease. That goalie is basically protected. That's why that crease exists. But the downside to it is you can't get a little overzealous, and that's what happened there with Kara Mulvey. So, lesson learned quickly.
There was a game last year for Bella Vista where Elsie Ballard was called for a penalty. She actually had to come out of the game, and they couldn't replace her in goal. It's not like hockey where the goalie stays in and somebody else serves the penalty.
Right.
Or even that you take somebody else off and put the backup goalie in. They went 2 minutes without a goalie, and this was a game that was played in Napa. The opponent did not score. Bella Vista won that game. Here come the Broncos. There's a nice save by Mulvey.
Yeah, she said it's not so easy to score when I'm standing here, is it?
Well, she was impressive the other night.
No, both goalies have done a great job tonight so far. I mean, close game, lots of hard shots.
Mulvey taking her time. Collision, this one's going to go Bella Vista's way. And you maybe hear the people saying, good job, Morgan. That's Morgan Corder, sophomore. Oh, no, actually it's going Bella Vista or Folsom's way. I thought they pointed to BV first.
They did, and then said something else, and now, well, Folsom's going to keep it.
Here's Reddy. Reddy gets by Corder. Now Kasnick. Story Wharton. She was a delight to talk to as well. Girls came by right before the boys game on Tuesday night to do the interviews, and we certainly thank them for doing so. This is one of the people we talked to, Julia Thomas. Couple of whistles. That we're getting a restart here. And again, number 4 is Amari Kunaki.
Time running out here in the second quarter, leading us up to halftime. 20 seconds.
Stella Thompson. Thompson. That's her second of the night.
And that's a big goal with 12.4 seconds left before the half, because that's going to put Broncos up by 3. And if they can win this draw, that all but secures a 3-goal lead going into halftime. But Folsom's going to call timeout regardless.
Well, I think you get 2 per half.
You do, yeah. And
so you can't take it home with you.
No, and you might as well set up, hey, if we win the draw, what are you going to do in the last 12 seconds? Right? I mean, that's not a lot of time, but when you consider that, 100 yards, which you don't even really need to go 100 yards end to end because the goals are at the football 5-yard line. So it's 90 yards. You could certainly run from one end to the other in 12 seconds. So you're already halfway.
There's a look at the Broncos right there, listening in to the message being delivered by head coach Carlin York, wearing the red jacket, the Bella Vista red jacket. And urging her troops on the first home game in Coach York's career as the head coach of the Bella Vista Broncos. Of course, she made her debut on Wednesday at Davis in that 20-16 game that just saw a lot of scoring.
Yeah.
You were there. It was a wild one.
I just remember when we got done, I remember looking at the clock going, holy cow, are we at a football game or a lacrosse game, the way this thing's going. But, 36 goals, clock stops each time, couple injuries.
And speaking of injuries, and I'll ask you on this one because we have not called the name Sadie Keogh tonight. We know that she is battling a sprained ankle that was suffered during the wrestling season. What's the prognosis? When can we expect to see her back?
I would not be surprised if we see her next Friday at Berkeley.
Okay.
The plan right now is to try to practice Tuesday, get a couple nights of practice on it, and then maybe make her senior debut on Friday night. But, yeah, suffered a pretty bad sprained ankle right during playoffs for wrestling and kind of battled through. And as a result of that, had a good end of the wrestling season. The downside is maybe a little bit longer recovery into lacrosse. But, when you run deep into the postseason in one sport, it impacts starting the next. So
Sadie had 4 goals last year and 17 ground balls. And primarily a defensive role.
Yeah, she certainly will help out on the defense.
But she loves to attack.
She does. She does, yeah. She'll be hindered a little bit even when she's playing at least the first couple of games back with that ankle. But,
Here comes Folsom. You talked about it, that 12 seconds was plenty of time. Loose ball, the Broncos with some great defense to jar that one loose as time is going to expire here in the second quarter. Folsom mounted a threat, but the Broncos equal to the task, and we have reached halftime in a very entertaining and a tight ball game. The Broncos, they wind up scoring 3 goals after Folsom came back to tie this one. Broncos had a 4-1 lead. Ultimately, Folsom worked it back to a 6-6 tie. Broncos 3 straight goals in the last 4 minutes or so of the second quarter, and take the 3-goal lead here into the well, not really the locker room, but into the break.
Into the break, yeah. Handel's Ice Cream is down by the main entrance, and the team ought to get Stella Thompson some ice cream there, because she saved a goal with that defensive play. That was really, really impressive.
Well, they're going to be here all night. So
yeah.
I don't know that you want to do it during the game.
Maybe
but,
after the game.
Stick around. They're going to be here tonight. They got to stick around and let the players partake after the game, especially if it's a win. You got to celebrate with handles, right?
I would think so. And you've got a BV alum, at least one down there working, former football player Tyler Edelin down there that was with the Broncos. So he certainly would maybe leave the stand open a little bit longer. But yeah, I mean, that's what you needed, though, right? Because in 12 seconds, I mean, that was looking like a goal, and Stella came in, and again, that's another one of your sophomores that's up and is, the only downside, and saw us a little bit on the Folsom side with Lauren Anderson, right? When you're young and you're a freshman, I mean, we remember Julia Thomas being a freshman, you're a little bit out of control because you're so anxious to make an impact. So, Lauren got a little bit anxious there and had that yellow card. On the flip side of that, you have like Stella Thompson that comes in and is just trying to make a play. Well, sometimes that chaos, if you will, can really be beneficial, and that will only get better with time.
Well, we talked about Julia, and we asked her during the preseason interview about those backyard battles with her brother.
Yep.
Well, I'm sure that Stella has that too with the twin brother Oliver on the boys team. So I mean, they probably work to make each other better.
Yeah, and that's really what you want. Another interesting fact here, you mentioned this earlier, but the Broncos have not trailed in this game. They did not trail in the Davis game either. In a football game, we talk a lot about, during football season, we've talked about the Patriots and how they would used to score before the end of the first half and then get the ball to start the second half. Well, Bella Vista scoring that goal and then preventing a goal, kind of a similar thing, keeps the spread at 3, and hopefully they can build some momentum now into the third quarter, having a little bit more time. It's a short halftime, 5 minutes, but a little bit of time to talk it over and make some adjustments.
I wanted to take a few moments here and address a more serious issue. Several weeks ago, it may have been late January, early February, during the basketball season, Bella Vista, as they do, had a league game against Christian Brothers. And one of the stars for Christian Brothers that night was a young man by the name of Jaden De Jesus Eves. He had a terrific night, a great future ahead of him. He had a couple slam dunks, lots of rebounds and points. And we learned earlier this week that he had passed away in his sleep. And it was just absolutely devastating news. I remember talking to their coach about him and how excited they were for his future and the contributions that he was going to make for the program. 6'8",
yeah,
and a freshman.
As a freshman, yeah.
And we were wondering if he'd make it to 7 feet by the time he graduated. But I was just very stunned and saddened to learn that news today. So just wanted to take the opportunity, since he's appeared on our broadcast, just to offer our condolences, our thoughts, and our prayers with his family, with the Christian Brothers program, and the entire high school, and of course any friends and extended family, and of course players that are grieving. It's just stunning and really sad news.
Yeah, just thoughts and prayers with him and his family, and loss is hard at any age, but when you're a freshman in high school and you've got your friends and maturity-wise, a high schooler's maturity isn't that of an adult, and so that makes it even harder, and just processing and all that. So just really, as a league, we want our league to excel and do well, and Christian Brothers is certainly a member of the Capital Valley Conference, and so just thinking about him and his family.
We don't know a lot of details at this point, but KCRA 3, Channel 3 has done some great reporting on this, and then there's also been an article in the Sacramento Bee. You can check out those outlets and other news outlets for additional information on this, but I did want to take the opportunity to express our condolences for his family and for the Christian Brothers basketball program.
Yeah.
All right, let's get ready for the second half here. This is still anybody's game.
Yeah, I mean, 3 goals is nothing in lacrosse, and so this will really be, coming out of the half, what adjustments have we made, who can get on the board first. Yeah, it's exciting on a beautiful Friday night here in Fair Oaks.
We got quite a crew working with us tonight. We have lead producer Julie Tharlson is here. Carolyn Hurd, who's actually doing the producing tonight.
That's right.
In her first opportunity there. Marlo Mosier is back with us. Carson Allen, you guys remember him from the basketball season, not just what he does for us, but what he does with the starting lineups.
That's right.
So it's great to have a full crew tonight here on our season premiere of girls lacrosse here on BV Live Sports. 12 minutes on the clock. Let's get this third quarter underway. As the Broncos looking for their second win of the season, so was Folsom. But non-league games for both schools to start. Broncos game against Roseville. That is a league game on Monday.
Yeah, league's a little bit different for lacrosse.
Yeah, and you start right away. In fact, there Del Oro played the boys team played Bella Vista on Tuesday. Their entire season last year was just league games, so they didn't have any non-league matchups against Capital Valley Conference or out of the area or anything last year. This year, of course, they did. They started with Bella Vista, so which is good to see. It's good to see some of that crossover and get some extra games on the schedule.
Yeah. Not quite sure what happened there, and I think Julia was just as confused.
Folsom in possession. They're down 3. Bulldogs, I expected they're going to be a pretty good team this year. Of course, they're in a very tough league. But I think they're going to be pretty good. Vista Del Lago, of course, is traditionally the powerhouse here. And last year, Vista Del Lago and Bella Vista were the powerhouses. They shared the league title. Vista Del Lago got the tiebreaker and the higher seed out of the Capital Valley Conference. But they had an epic battle here. It was where Julia scored her 100th goal last year. That's Quarter that's pushing Kristen Parker out of the way, forcing her to work the perimeter. Broncos not really giving any ground here.
Yeah, doing a really good job setting up the defense.
Anderson. Nice little float pass inside and a shot and a score. Right out in front of Story Wharton. That is so difficult for a goalie to save those.
It is. The ball's moving so fast, and the direction change. And so just shy of being 2 minutes into the third quarter, and Folsom strikes first here to draw within 2.
Didn't catch who that was.
I think it was Sienna.
Kasnick?
Kasnick,
Okay.
I think, yeah. I heard a good job, Sienna. So.
Okay.
And she was in the area.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah.
So I'm getting confirmed that it was number 22. And so that would be the 4th goal of the night for Sienna Kasnick. Broncos get this one. Zia Martin. Here's Janeway. Janeway got the first goal of this game. There's Regan. And Regan draws the foul.
And again, they're drawing those fouls because the sticks are getting extended in an uncontrolled way. And that's playing to the Broncos' favor.
Silvers with 2 goals tonight. We'll work the left side and look for number 3. That gets that one poked away, and we get another whistle.
That ought to be another 8-meter, I would think.
Turn around, do this all over again. Friday Night Lacrosse here on BV Live Sports. Glad you could be with us. There's Regan scoring again, number 3 tonight.
She wanted to release that late to get the best opportunity, and finally got the opportunity there to do it and notches it in, and we're into double-digit scoring for the Broncos.
So just about 3 minutes into this third quarter, both teams have scored. The Broncos hit double digits. They're up by a field goal. Regan Silver's her third goal of the night. That would be 9 on the season in the first 2 games. And 143 for her career. So that means she's getting close to the 150 mark, which with our luck is probably going to happen next week when they're on the road.
Yeah, and although it'd be nice to call it here on BB Live Sports, we need the goals from her. So given we have 2 away games next week.
Well, if you're going to be at any of those, run the camera.
Yeah.
Because we'll if there's video available, we'll make a call happen.
Yeah. Well, Lauren Anderson got run over by Julia Thomas there, so she's going to get the ball. Not much she could do, and I think it was more Julia's momentum than anything.
We talked about getting attacked by 5 Bulldogs and how unpleasant that is. Getting run over by a Bronco isn't that pleasant either.
No.
So.
Especially one that moves with as much force as Julia Thomas does.
Absolutely. Mulvey's still hanging on to this one. Broncos nearly came up with an interception there. Ball still loose on the ground. Almost had it. It's that whole mass of humanity. And now we'll get the whistle, and it's going to go Folsom's way.
I didn't really see anything there. I mean, obviously we're not down right in front of the referee, but just seemed like a lot of girls going for the ball, and somebody fell, and that.
Folsom keeps it going here. Maya ready. Reddy's out front. She's going to take a shot. Story Wharton.
Nice save.
Folsom keeps possession. And here the coaches down below firing off their instructions.
That's going to be a 8-meter.
Kasnick's going to take this one. And she just short hops Story Wharton, puts that one in the back of the net.
Yeah, you can't give her an unobstructed view of the goal, or she's going to find the back of the net. As evidenced by, I think that's 5 goals for her tonight.
Yes.
So 6 on the season now.
And that brings us to 10-8. So the Broncos, we mentioned, they haven't trailed in this one yet, but they've not been able, they've jumped out, this couple of times they jumped out to a 3-point lead. They have not been able to run away with this one.
Yep. Which makes that initial timeout called by Folsom all the more important when it was 4-1, because ever since that point, the lead has not been greater than 3.
And Silvers is going to take this one for Bella Vista. Maya ready. And here's Lauren Anderson. Now Lucy Ball through a double team and keep going. Loose ball. Ellis Turner is right there. And Turner picks it up. Here's Stella Thompson. She's got 2 tonight. Thompson, what a move. Now to the outside.
Yeah, that's going to be an 8-meter shot. That was a hack right on the arm.
It was right inside, right between the 2 lines.
So maybe a 12. We'll have to see where they put it.
It's like she's backing up to the 12.
Yeah, it's going to be a 12.
And a lot of times from the 12, teams will actually pass this one. They might attack. We'll see. It depends on what Stella Thompson wants to do. She's going to take the shot. Mulvey with the save. Here's Kaznick. Maya ready. 360 move. She likes doing that. Knocked down by Regan Silvers. Broncos on the move, ready, trying to knock that one away. She does, but it goes out of bounds, and it will stay with Bella Vista.
Ooh, she's going to get a yellow card. Maya Reddy is for that.
Ooh, was it for the?
It was for the after effect. It wasn't for the. It wasn't for the foul.
So some magic words, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was not happy with that.
And she's being greeted by her coach. Well, not really. It might have been a glare or something like that.
No, that was very evident that the ball. Yeah, that was. We'll just say that was an avoidable penalty.
Here's Regan Silvers. Broncos a player up. Lauren Wan had the goal on the open net tonight. Broncos swing it back behind the net, and we'll bring it back around for a rotation. Silvers at the top. They'll work it around once again. Here's Juan. And that was Amari Kanaki that took that shot. Out of bounds, Broncos closest, so they'll keep possession. Danny Janeway. Oh no, we got an 8-meter shot. Here's Kanaki's going to take this one. And she scores! And that is her first goal of the season.
And her first varsity goal at that. Another sophomore that's up this year.
And that comes with 3:37 to go.
Broncos also 2 for 2 with goals being a personal player up.
And that's a non-releasable penalty, I can tell, because Maya Reddy's not coming out.
She just has to watch.
Broncos will have another opportunity. Here is the penalty continues, although Folsom gets the possession here. Lucy Ball. Lucy Ball. Is her real name Lucille? Younger people may not understand that reference. Google her. She was something else.
Well, one could say I love Lucy.
Yeah, indeed.
I know where your reference was going.
Here's Kaznick. Taking her time right now, maybe trying to kill off the penalty a little bit.
And they're back to full strength. Maya Reddy back in, and she's got the ball.
Reddy works off a screen. Gonna moving screen here.
Yep, moving screen. Bella Vista ball.
Hey, Julia Thomas on the sideline jumping up and down on that.
You know, the varsity boys wrestling coach, Coach Lane, he talks about having good humans. Julia Thomas is a good human. That's going to be a foul. Somebody's getting carded on that. Well, I thought maybe they were because they stopped the clock, but maybe not now.
They're just resetting the play as Folsom will bring it in.
Yeah, no yellow card, just reset.
Maya ready from the X. Tried to get it into a teammate. Story Wharton controls that one. Yeah, I've made the reference on those goalie sticks. They look like fish nets. Imagine how many fish you can catch with those.
Uh-huh.
Here's Regan Silvers. Lauren Wan. Wan will work her way behind the net. Wan curling the crease. Regan Silvers comes up with the loose ball right out in front of the goal, and she'll get an 8-meter shot. We're approaching the end of the third quarter into the final minute of play. Clock stops on this opportunity from Regan Silvers. Regan looking for another one. She finds it. Regan Silvers scores. So that takes us now to 12-8. The Broncos, that's their largest lead of the game, 4 points.
When I was watching on the sideline, if you remember last year, Bella Vista had a lot of various cheers and things for their teammates when they were supporting them from the sidelines, and I saw a high shrill and a 360 jump from the whole bench line there.
So Regan, 1, 2, 3, goal number 4 tonight. 144 on her career. Off to a great start this season.
We've got a whole nother quarter to play. Maybe she could get another 6 tonight.
Well,
You can call the 150 tonight.
Yeah, get 150 out of the way now.
Yeah, why not?
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Here comes Folsom. Oh, and a slip inside the 8-meter line. May have been some contact as well.
Yeah, a combination of the two, but looked more slip than contact, but night is coming on here.
This might be Maya Reddy that gets to take this one. Ready? Ready, set, go.
Again, I'm glad I'm not a goalie because I couldn't even see the ball. I just saw the net move, and that's how I knew it went in.
Exactly. Lots of goals being scored in this one.
Yeah, I'll step here in the booth with you and let them duke it out down there.
That's fine with me too.
Yeah.
So
It's dangerous down there on the field.
I don't need to face those shots.
No.
So back to a 3-goal game. 40 seconds to go here in the third quarter. It's going to be an interesting one. Don't go anywhere on this Friday night here at Bella Vista High School. Well, we know Folsom is a good program. And again, Bella Vista, Folsom had a rough year. We talked about it, 6-13 last year. Bella Vista beat them in the final game of the year when the Broncos were just on a roll. It was 9-8. It was a very close game. Story Wharton comes up big again. And that's Toliau with the shot.
Folsom's going to have to hurry here. Down to 15 seconds left in the quarter. Under 10.
Here's Reddy. They find Anderson. She's immediately double teamed, and there's going to be a whistle and an 8-meter shot coming up. Lauren Anderson's going to have a chance to dot the back of the net here and cut this lead to 2 right before the quarter break. Here's Anderson. There's a shot, and she scores. That's the first goal of the night for Lauren Anderson, her 6th of the season.
And that's not what the Broncos wanted to see, drawn within 2 after being up 4 just a couple minutes ago.
And so that brings us to the end of the third quarter. So the Broncos got to that 4-goal lead, but again, Folsom just is not going anywhere.
They, I mean, pardon the pun, but they are like a dog on a bone. They just will not let go.
And this is not the same as it was on Wednesday. You were mentioning that Bella Vista kind of jumped up big, and then Davis kind of made a run.
Yep.
This one stayed pretty close all the way through.
Yeah, in the Davis game, really what you saw was a solid effort from Bella Vista. Third quarter was kind of the tipping point, and Davis really had a better third quarter than Bella Vista. Outside of that, Bella Vista outplayed Davis in every aspect of the ball. Tonight, you have 2 really good lacrosse clubs that are duking it out, kind of in a heavyweight title fight here, so to speak. Which makes it more fun to call from the broadcast booth.
Yeah, and I mean it keeps it interesting as we get set to roll into the fourth quarter here, as the Broncos and Folsom will battle it out for another 12 minutes or more. Who knows?
Or more, yeah.
The JV game ended in a 4-4 tie, and when it ended today, they put 2 minutes on the clock. We thought maybe they were going to go overtime,
That's right.
especially since there was like 35 minutes in between the 2 games.
Yeah, it seems like they could have done it, but
yeah, maybe they just don't do that for the JV games. Which
yeah,
is too bad. We have the extra time. Let them do it.
Well, I always feel like that way in football too. I mean, they just will end in a tie, and I'm like, I get it if you're pressed for time, but if you have the time, go ahead and let them play.
We had a couple of years ago. Bella Vista played over at Rio, and they actually played the varsity game first. They played that one at 3:30, and then the JV game at 5:30. Which and when Jesuit didn't have lights, they would do the same thing sometimes. But the JV game, since it was second, it ended in a tie, and they let them play the overtime, and it went like 4 overtimes. And unfortunately, for a Bella Vista standpoint, Rio won the game. But still, that was fun. We didn't stream it, but I was there to record it, and that was a fun game. That was exciting. All right. 12 minutes to go, and at the end of the game, we will hear from Coach York and some of the players. Looking forward to that. I think Regan Silvers will probably be one of the ones that we talk to. She's had a terrific game tonight. So is Stella Thompson.
Ellis Turner back to do the draw duties.
Turner, by the way, had 1 goal against Davis. Kasnick looks like she'll be able to scoop that one up, as Folsom going left to right across your video screen, whether you're watching on a computer, a smartphone, a tablet, or your smart TV. There's a shot. Whistle came first, so no goal. And it will be an 8-meter shot here as we begin the fourth quarter.
Well, much like to start the second half and to start the third quarter, Folsom came out hot right off the bat.
Maya Reddy again. And Maya Reddy scores. Brings it to within 1.
And it has not been this close in quite some time.
6-6 was our last tie.
That was early.
The second quarter.
Yep.
Look back. So yeah, 6-6 tie, and the Broncos got it up to 12-8.
Coach York encouraging the defense to be loud and to communicate so you know what's going on.
Deep into the attack zone for Folsom. Bulldogs with the opportunity to tie on this possession. Maya Reddy, she's had a terrific game tonight. Now here's Anderson. Off to a great start in her lacrosse career. Ready? Ready's going to take it back to the X. Now she's going to look to dodge and turn it around. That one was a little high, and that's going to roll out of bounds. It is a shot, and so possession stays with Folsom as they were closest to the ball as it goes out of bounds. If you're new to lacrosse, that is the rule on shots. Obviously, if you pass it out of bounds or you're just last to touch, otherwise it's a turnover, but where the opponent gets the ball. But on a shot, if you're the closest, if your team is the closest as it goes out of bounds, you keep possession.
Oh, lucky break there. Maya Reddy stepped in the crease when she lost the ball, and that gives Bella Vista possession. That's a huge break for the Broncos. They can clear.
And Story Wharton is looking to do just that. She'll loop back behind the net and then launch it. She's got, well, she had Julia there, but a little too tall for her, so that will bring us to a possession for Folsom. Broncos by 1, under 10 minutes to go. Broncos just need another onslaught of goals, but Folsom's kind of controlled the possession the last few minutes here. Good defense to jar that one loose. The ball's still on the ground. The fight will continue. The Broncos have a great opportunity here. Stella Thompson. Thompson, or check that, Lauren Wan. And Matson behind the net at the X. Janeway's back there as well. Now here's Stella Thompson. Double teamed. Broncos can take their time. Alice Turner working the point. Broncos work it behind. One's able to take that one. Thomas. Thomas hasn't scored in a while. There's an underhanded shot, and she scores! On cue, Julia Thomas gives the Broncos a 2-goal lead.
Well, she knew exactly what she was doing there. They were lulling the defense to sleep with all those passes, and they thought she was going to pass again. And she said, no, I'll do it underhand. That's fine. Because why not? She's Julia Thomas.
Yes, lots of skills.
Bella Vista sort of desperately needed that to get that lead back to 2, give them a little bit of a cushion here with a third of the final quarter played, or almost, 8:33 left.
So Turner and Reddy will battle it out on the draw. Broncos could use, as we mentioned, string together some goals here. Thomas just scored a few moments ago.
Well, it starts with controlling the draws, and so they were able to control that one, and that sets them up a much better.
Turner lost her stick, and I think she gets the 8-meter shot here. Maybe that was a 12.
Yeah, it was a 12, I think.
There's one. She's got one tonight. Thompson, she's got 2.
That'll draw an 8-meter shot. No.
Not going to go the other way.
Wow. I'm not sure what that call was.
Loose ball, Zia Martin running some interference, and Julia Thomas picks this one up.
That was a team effort. Great job by Zia Martin running that interference for
and
Julia.
Regan Silver's back in. Regan Silver's with an open path to the hoop. Still in basketball mode.
Hoop.
Open path to the basket.
We knew what you meant.
Well, what was it Keith Olbermann used to say, put the biscuit in the basket when narrating hockey highlights? Let's see if Regan Silvers can do just that right here. He's actually going to retreat a little bit and set the offense.
Well, there is a certain part of this now that you do want to kill some clock. You've got the lead. You don't want to stop being aggressive, but you want to set things up and make sure you have good looks
Turner.
like this. Oh.
Looking for a cutting Lauren Wan out front. The Broncos are going to be able to secure this one. Zia Martin tracks it down.
Well, and that's the second play in the last 30 seconds Zia Martin's made that has been instrumental in keeping the ball with the Broncos.
Martin had a goal the other night, but a lot of times games are won on what players do away from the ball. Here's Silvers. She scores! That's a huge goal for Bella Vista.
Well, and again, Zia Martin isn't going to get credit for an assist, but between running interference at midfield and then chasing that ball down and not letting it go out, that all set up Regan being able to score. So she gets an assist in my book for that.
And Regan Silver's 5th goal tonight, career goal number 145. She'll hit 150 in the next game on Monday at Roseville. If you can't make it to that game, that should be on NFHS. I haven't double-checked that yet, but I know Roseville does stream through on NFHS, so you can check their live stream out if you have the subscription to NFHS. Here's Thomas. Broncos by 3 out front, Ellis Turner. That one's high in the air. Right out in front of the goal mouth. And Mulvey's going to let that one fly. Kasnick is on the move. She's a senior. Kasnick weaving her way through. Little collision there with Quarter. Ball comes loose. Looks like a shot coming up for Folsom.
I think it's going to, luckily for the Broncos, I think it's going to be from the 12-meter line.
They are going to go from the 12. We approach 5 minutes to go. Ready? That one's too tall. Now, that's not a shot.
Correct. So that'll go Bella Vista's way, which, again, is a big break. Under 5 minutes.
You did see some Folsom players running there, reaching their sticks out, but oh, and there's a pass. They tried to get that to Story Wharton. It was an open goal here, and the shot goes wide. Oh, heartbreak for Folsom. They set up that opportunity beautifully as the pass. They were trying to get it to Wharton. It was deflected, and Wharton wasn't able to get back to the goal in time. Folsom nearly had a very easy score. Here's Silvers, sitting on 145 for her career. It's just off to a fantastic start. Silvers draws the foul and will get a chance at another one here with 4:07 to go. 11 goals on the season for Regan Silvers in 2 games.
And again, this is actually a benefit to Bella Vista because we're not within 2 minutes, so the clock will continue to run here. Now under 4 minutes while they set up for this.
Regan from the left. She'll attack and has the
She lost
ball. I think that little stick contact there jarred the ball loose. Lauren Anderson comes up with that one for Folsom, and they're going to keep possession here. 3:27 to go and counting. And here comes Anderson once again on the move. She's going to be a good one. She already is. But she's just going to get better. Ready? Loose ball. Wharton had a chance to come up with it. Getting whistles here. think we're getting a timeout.
No, it's a yellow card on Julia Thomas.
Oh. So again, this is non-releasable, so with 2:49 to go, Folsom's going to have an opportunity here.
I was afraid that might happen. She was continuing to get aggressive to make something happen there and just got a little too over-aggressive, I think.
So from the 8-meter line, and a score for Lauren Anderson. That cuts this one down to a 2-point lead again. .246 to go. Not much time elapsed from the penalty there.
No. Now, Julia's going to get to go in with 49 seconds left, which can be an eternity in lacrosse at times. So she's getting some good instruction down there from Coach Martin, Paige Martin, on how to make an impact in that last 49 seconds.
Broncos need to come up with this one and then run the run time off the clock. Maddie Ball. Ready. Broncos force her back outside the 12. Now they find a cutting player in and underneath, and a shot. Story Wharton comes up big again. That one goes out of bounds. Stays with Folsom.
Well, and that was a big play by Story Wharton. The defense missed that crossing player. Story with a big stop.
Kristen Parker, number 9, now Maya Reddy. Tried to get it to Parker, she couldn't control it. Rowan comes up with it for Bella Vista.
No, and she's going to keep it. The clock's going to continue to run here.
Rowan's going to pick that one up. Broncos keep the possession. They're going to whistle this one in play. And if they follow the coach's direction, well, I guess maybe that wasn't the best opportunity there after all, because they wanted her to get it to Story.
Oh, and it went out of bounds with a minute and a half left.
1:25 to go. About 30 seconds left in the penalty. Truhar. Now Parker. Out front, right in front of the goal. No one really home for Folsom. With the loose ball, Truhar had it. Now the Broncos take it away. Broncos on the move. Stella Thompson.
Full strength for the Broncos.
Thompson looking to go coast to coast. They force her wide, and she'll bring it back behind the net, which will take up a lot of clock. Under 40 seconds to go. As Aaron mentioned, Broncos at full strength just back into the game after serving the penalty. Julia Thompson shot goes wide, stays with the Broncos. 30 seconds to go. Broncos by 2, taking their time. Zia Martin.
They need to kill this clock off and not worry about scoring here.
Folsom trying to force the turnover. Lauren Wan. They're not really even trying to
No, and
attack.
they should just kill this off. 10
Silvers,
seconds.
no one's on Silvers right now. She's just holding on to it. 5 seconds to go. The Bella Vista Broncos are going to let time wrap up, and they will start the season 2-0. A 20-16 win on Wednesday over Davis, and a 14-12 victory in their home opener tonight in a very, very tightly contested battle. An entertaining game tonight, and a big win for the Broncos.
Yeah, I mean, just excellent. And they really, I mean, again, it tied at one point, but outside of that, they never trailed in the game. And that continues through the first 2 games that they have not trailed at all.
All right, so the Broncos will head over to the bench, and we'll be getting some we'll be getting some conversations here with the with players and the coach in just a few moments. So looking forward to that as the Broncos are. You heard the cheer right there at the end. And the sticks are up. The handshake will happen in just a few seconds. So we saw it last year. The Broncos only losing 2 games last year, including the playoff game. So 16-1 in the regular season.
That's right.
So they started last year 2-0 as well. And so this is a good start. And again, tightly contested battles are good.
Yep, they are.
Impressive. Regan Silver's leading the way for the Broncos with 5 goals. You can hear them. You can hear the sticks clicking as they all walk by. I'm going to be very interested to see how this season plays out and see where Folsom is at the end of the season, because this is a very good team. 17-7 win over Christian Brothers on Wednesday, and then they gave Bella Vista all they could handle tonight.
Yeah, I mean, really big improvement for that Folsom team from last year, and as you mentioned, look for them to do some really great things this year. So, credit to them. They played well, just came up a little bit short tonight. Be interesting to see as the season goes. Obviously, both teams will continue to improve, but one of the things you measure in sports is how much do you improve, right? And so this is the only time we play Folsom this season in the regular season, so won't be able to measure them up head-to-head, but really good win for the Broncos tonight.
Broncos have a next game is going to be Monday. They'll be taking on Roseville. Looks like that's going to be a 6:30 start. I'm guessing Roseville doesn't have a JV team, so you can get the earlier start there. And then they head down to Berkeley on Friday of next week, 1 week from tonight. So a little bit of a road trip. The Broncos have done that the past few years, and there was the Napa trip and some of these other ones that they've done. The boys program does that too. They're going to go to Napa actually next week. So that'll be kind of fun to see how that goes with some of these early season matchups. And then we will get the league schedule going in earnest here before too long. So this will be a fun season, I think.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to what's ahead. I mean, obviously it's, we're going to cover them regardless, but it's a lot more fun when you're winning rather than losing. Yes. And the girls lacrosse team's doing a lot of winning as of late.
And it is also it is exciting, at least for us, when the games are close.
Yeah.
If you're Bella Vista, I know you like to, work through these close games and be in these battles because you never know what the future holds.
That's right.
But you also like to put them away early, too.
Looks like we've got some visitors coming down in front of us here.
Here we go.
Yeah.
So Carson is down there, and so it's like we're going to have Story Wharton and Julia Thomas talking to us tonight, as well as head coach Carlin York is getting all set. Carlin. There we go. 2 games, 2 wins to begin your head coaching career here at Bella Vista. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Tell me about this one. This was a close one. It looked like many times that your team was poised to really take control of this one. That is a very good Folsom team. They just wouldn't give up.
It was a really, really good competition today. I think my voice is going to be gone after this one, but we are a team that really just continues to bring the drive. We could have given up a lot in that game because we had a really, really good team that we were playing. Folsom is not an easy team, and so having them just continue to put in the work and work as a team and not let it get to them when stuff wasn't working out how they wanted, and letting just those adjustments speak for themselves.
He scored 20 goals the other night, and then add in another 14 tonight. So the offense seems to be working. They're finding the back of the net early and often,
Yes.
it seems.
Yes, they are.
So
with a lot of assists too, which is nice to see.
Well, yeah, and as a coach, I'm sure you love that because it means everybody's trying to get everybody else involved.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good. Talk about your defense too, because there were some big plays. I know we're going to get a chance to talk to Story here in a few minutes, but start with her as she came up with some really big saves.
Yeah, she really did. Yesterday we spent the most of the practice working on defense, defensive slides, second slides, really just honing down onto that so that we were working as a unit. We want to protect Story at all costs. With only having one goalie, I think it's really important to take care of her. That's someone that is putting themselves at risk every single time she steps on the field, and taking some really, really hard shots, especially the other night. So working on playing defense as a unit instead of as an individual, one is more successful, and it's just like we needed to work on it. So I think today the second slides, the regular slides, like we were just working together so much better, and that resulted in some really, really good stops. And I think when you make those stops, even if they do get a shot off, it's not a shot that is detrimental to our goalie, and it creates a little bit more safety there.
All right, so you got a couple of next week at Roseville on Monday, and then the trip to Berkeley on Friday. Obviously, one at a time. So tell me, and maybe you haven't had too much time to think about it because you're focusing on tonight. But battle against Roseville. I mean, these schools very familiar with each other.
Yep. I think going into every game with the expectation that we're playing great competitors. So coming in with the same energy as we came in today, and just continuing to work together to get another dub. I think that when you start to ease away and like get comfortable, that's when it doesn't work out how we want to. So we're going into every game just expecting it to be a tough game and expecting to work together, and that's all we can do.
And then the road trip next Friday, what does that do for the team? It's almost like a team-building opportunity in addition to playing a game.
Yeah. We have JV and we have varsity, and I think the road trip, it's a special thing because you get to have both teams in one space for a long period of time. And that doesn't get to happen very often. We are all at practice at the same time, but it's not the same. You're separated, you're not doing everything together. So getting to like have the girls just in the bus, like talking and hanging out and eating food and braiding hair, like it's just different. Like it truly is some of the best memories I have from playing, and it just grows that chemistry more and more. And I think chemistry off the field definitely produces chemistry on the field.
How you liking this varsity head coaching thing?
It's different, and I really like it. It definitely is a different type of intensity, but it's very fun for me, and it's so fun to see the girls succeed.
Wonderful. Well, Carlin, thanks for joining us
Thank you so
tonight.
much.
Congratulations, and we will, of
you.
course, see you in a couple of weeks when you take on Rio Americano. If you want to go ahead and take that earpiece and hand it over to the young lady to your right, we'll
Thank you so much.
We'll get these on. Thank you very
Perfect.
much, Carlin. We appreciate that. And Julia Thomas is now getting all hooked up here.
Oh.
Hi, Julia.
Wait, hold on.
Okay, sure, no problem.
Wait. Yeah, I can hear.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go. All right,
See,
I'm ready.
see, by the end of the season, you're going to have all of this down.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
going
for sure.
to be really easy because we're probably going to do this a lot.
Okay, great. As long as we keep winning, right?
Well, you and your frontline scoring mate Regan Silvers both had a terrific game tonight. Essentially picking up where you left off on Wednesday night. Tell me about tonight's game, the opportunities that you had, and just getting another win.
Yeah, tonight was a really, really fun game. I mean, Folsom is a great competitor. They have a lot of really talented girls on their team, and so we like to take any game like this and just come out ready to compete, ready to score goals. I think there was a lot of kind of nerves and jitters going into our first home game tonight, but I think we handled it really well. Started the ball off strong with a couple goals, and then we just kept going from there. But yeah, I'm really, really proud of my team tonight because we just handled it and we did great.
Indeed, and tell me about this because you mentioned Folsom's really good. It looked, and I mentioned this to Coach as well, that it looked like there were a few times throughout the course of the game where it looked like you guys were just about ready to take this one over and start separating yourself from them, and they just kept fighting back.
Yeah.
They just wouldn't give up.
Yeah, so that's the cool thing about lacrosse, I think. They call it like the fastest game on 2 feet or a game of runs. Like one team will gain momentum and get like 4 goals in a row, and you think that they're about to shut down the other team. And then all of a sudden the other team, you guys are good, all of a sudden the other team just comes back and scores a bunch of goals. So it's just a really, really fast game, and I think that's the fun of it, honestly. And so, we kind of got to see a little bit of that back and forth tonight, but I'm just really happy we're able to come out with the win.
All right, so a couple of games next week. It's starting to get that rhythm down as the season gets going. Roseville, and then the trip to Berkeley next week.
Yeah.
It's full lacrosse mode now.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited. Season is like the most wonderful time of the year. I don't know. It's above Christmas for me, so I'm just super excited to get it going. I don't know. I said it before, I'll say it again. I am stoked about our team this year. We got Carlin, we got a whole group of amazing girls, and it's just a really, really fun and amazing environment. So I'm just stoked to be a part of it.
Well, we can hear it in your voice, and I was thinking you were ready to break into song there.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Julia, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank
4
you,
goals
George.
tonight. What is it?
great.
134 on your career.
Oh man, I don't know.
So let's
go.
Let's keep that going.
Yeah.
Let's pass everything over to Story here, and
All right, Story, you got
let's
this.
hear from Story about that game. We were.
Do I stay here for this? Oh yeah.
They're still teammates.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
I can't
Well,
do this.
yeah. No, this is.
You're only
great.
live on camera, Julia. Don't worry about it.
The other thing is, if you want, you could hold it in your hand if you wanted to, too. So that's
okay.
that's an option. We were talking during the game, and I know that you took a lot of hard shots on Wednesday. We were talking in the game how impressed we were that essentially the punishment that a goalie takes in lacrosse, and of course Folsom kept coming at you and coming at you and coming at you. Tell me about that tonight, and you made some pretty big saves throughout.
Honestly, it was a really hard game. They were taking really hard shots, hitting me everywhere but where I had pads, but I think the end result was really worth it, taking those shots, and it's better hitting my body than hitting the back of the net. So, yeah.
Well, that spoken like a true goalie right there. Impressive answer. One of the things with women's lacrosse is, of course, you have those shots from the 8-meter line that we don't see in the boys' game. But tell me what it's like facing those, because it's they take a few steps, it's almost point-blank range, and you got to react quick.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the hardest things I face because it's such a quick shot. Our girls, most of the time, don't even have enough time to get a stick on the body or a check to the back and get the ball over to the other side. So, honestly, it's kind of 50-50 whether they're going to make the shot or not. It's a really easy time for them to fake with their eyes or with their stick because they're so close to the net. So I just try my best and hope that I make the save.
And again, it's just those quick reflexes.
Yeah.
And you even during the course of play, there were a few that were like right in front of you, and you got the stick at the right time and made the save. Having fun?
I am having fun, yeah. I think it's really rewarding, honestly. Besides the pain, I still think it's worth it for my team.
Well, you have worked really hard to get to this point and get this opportunity. I know you saw some varsity action the last couple of years, but it's your gig now, and so I'm glad to hear that you're having fun because those are some hard shots that come your way. 2-0 at this point, great season. I think we credit the goalie with the win, right? Isn't that how the stats work?
Yeah, I pulled my weight, but I think my teammates definitely played a really good part in that. I think we let off some goals, but we talked on timeouts, quarters, and we made the changes and closed the gaps. So I'm really proud of my team.
No, we credit the win to Stories.
There you go.
Thank you, Julia.
Always the teammate right there. There's an assist from
There we
Julia
go.
Thomas.
That's another assist tonight.
One more assist, Carlin, to add to the record there.
I know.
Well, ladies, all of you, and Story, again, congratulations. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We greatly appreciate it. Look forward to doing more of these throughout the course of the season.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, congratulations to all three of you and to the entire team. The Bella Vista Broncos are 2-0 on the season, and 20 plus 14 is 34 goals to get it started.
Yeah, that's a lot of goals. That's a lot of offensive power, which is a good thing because, if you can put points up, you can always work to limit the amount of points that you're giving up, right? But if you can put points up, where you run into trouble is if you're having trouble stopping the ball and you also can't score. The Broncos do not have trouble scoring,
no,
at least through the first 2 games this year. So we'll see in league action Monday night how that goes, and looking to build on a start to a really successful season.
Now they played 2 very good teams to start the season as well. We've heard of Davis. We know what Davis has done over the course of their history. They're always a tough opponent. Folsom traditionally is as well. So I wouldn't worry too much about the fact that it's been a couple of tight games and giving up double-digit goals in the first 2 games. You've got some serious competition, and we know that Sierra Foothill League is a really, really tough league.
Yeah, and again, just like in marketing, right? You got to spend money to make money, and I think this is very similar. When you play a good team, you're going to give up goals. Like you're not going to stop everything, but they stopped more than the opponent, so that's why they come out victorious.
Folsom only got 12.
That's right.
Into the net, and Bella Vista got 14. So the Broncos, they will be taking on Roseville on Monday at Roseville, and then they head to Berkeley. We will next see them 2 weeks from tonight on Friday the 13th when they take on Rio Americano. We'll be on at 7:05 with that broadcast. 1 day earlier will be our next boys broadcast, as the Broncos will be taking on Christian Brothers on the 12th. That's also a 7:05 game. Just to give you a quick schedule update for the Bronco boys, they will be at Granite Bay tomorrow, JV at 9, and varsity at 11 a.m. So if you want to catch some early morning Saturday lacrosse, head on out to Granite Bay.
That's right.
And check out the Broncos taking on one of those tough Sierra Foothill League teams in the Granite Bay Grizzlies. And then the Broncos have a game at Justin Sienna of Napa on Thursday. So that's what their week looks like. But a good one tonight for the Broncos. They got some momentum riding into next week.
That's right. Yeah. So you just hope that you can build on that and enjoy the nice weather, because that obviously makes for a nicer game when it's not pouring rain and it's not cold. So that's been in their favor so far. You hope that they just can continue on that into next week, and hopefully when we are together again on Friday the 13th, they will still be undefeated.
All right. Well, we want to say thanks to our crew tonight. Producers Julie Tharlson and Carolyn Hurd. Camera operators Marla Mosier and Carson Allen. Now speaking for Aaron Keogh, I'm George Tharlson. Broncos win this one again tonight, 14-12. And they are now 2-0 on the season. Have a great night, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.